Hi boys and girls. So for writing today, we're going to be writing about the importance of water. In our writing, we're going to be writing 2 paragraphs of why water is important and then create a poster at the end. If I look at my learning intention, this is going to help me write those 2 paragraphs. We are learning to use a variety of sentences to engage the reader. I can use simple and compound sentences in my writing. I can use interesting and technical words. I can use a paragraph to start a new idea. And I can write neatly and accurately for my reader to read my message. Underneath is an anchor chart for compound sentences. A compound sentence is 2 simple sentences joined together by a comma and a conjunction. And underneath that, a conjunction can be and, but, or, so, because. Underneath that, it gives us some examples of what a simple sentence is and what a compound sentence is. Okay, let's get started. So I know that I need to write 2 paragraphs on the importance of water. And if I go back to my learning intention and success criteria, I need to make sure that I have a simple and compound sentences in my writing. Now, my first paragraph is all about the same idea. And I'm going to talk about water and why it is important. Then in my next paragraph, I'm going to get into some detail about why it's important. So my first sentence is going to be, water is so important in our daily lives. Now that's a simple sentence because I've just mentioned the one idea about water. In the next one, I'm going to start thinking about how I can do compound sentences. So that means 2 ideas into the one sentence. So I'm going to say that water has so many positive effects on our body and the environment. So it's just not on us, but everything around us. Full stop. Okay, now I'm going to try and make sure that the reader is continuing to read my writing. So I'm going to tell them that it's very important to drink water all the time so that we continue to grow and be healthy. And I know that's a compound sentence because if I go back to my anchor chart on the previous page, so is a conjunction that I can use to put 2 ideas into one. There's that so again, so I'm going to underline it to make sure that it's a compound sentence. So I'm going to reread my writing to make sure that it makes sense, not just to me, but so that my reader knows my message. Water is so important in our daily lives. It gives us so many positive effects on our bodies and the environment. It is very important to drink water all the time so that we can continue to grow and be healthy. Great. So that's my first paragraph, and I've used simple and compound sentences, and it makes sense for my reader. Let's have a go at our second paragraph. Okay, let's get started in our second paragraph. And this is where I'm going to have a new idea. And all my sentences are going to be about that new idea. Did you know that over half of your body is made from water? I'm going to start my paragraph with that, so it hooks the reader and keeps them wanting to read more. And at the end of this sentence, I'm going to give an exclamation mark instead of a full stop, because I think it's pretty incredible that over half your body is made from water. And when we use an exclamation mark, we want to emphasize that point. We want to make sure that the reader knows that point and doesn't forget it. That is also a simple sentence because it's just one idea about water being more than half of your body. My next sentence, I'm going to start saying that water is good for all different parts of your body, not just the whole thing. I'm going to add more detail so that my reader knows exactly what I'm saying. I need a capital letter again because it's a new sentence. Okay, I've used this word so again, so I've made a compound sentence. I'm going to highlight that so you know, because I know that's also in our success criteria. And I'm saying that all the different parts of our body need water, but I'm going to tell you why. And that's where I put so that it can work properly and grow. Now, my last sentence for this paragraph, I'm going to tell you which parts of our body need the water the most. Water is so important for our skin, lungs, heart, and blood. So if I put those in there, this is going to help me write my next paragraph if I want to continue writing. And now I'm listing some things, so I'm doing a comma. So skin, lungs, heart. And to write down the last thing that I'm going to list, this is where I do the word and. Okay, let's go back and reread our paragraph so that I know it makes sense for my reader. Did you know that over half of your body is made from water? All the different parts of our body need water so that it can work properly and grow. Water is so important for our skin, lungs, heart, and blood. Great. So I know I'm successful because I wrote 2 paragraphs about the importance of water. I've used simple and compound sentences. I've used interesting words and technical words like our skin, lungs, heart, and I've written my paragraphs neatly and accurately so that my reader knows exactly what I'm trying to tell them and what my message is. The next part of this, I'm going to create a poster. Here is my poster that I've made about the importance of water. As you can see in the top right hand corner, I wrote the title, The Importance of Water, and then in the middle I've drawn a man. At the top of the man I've drawn a brain, and I can tell you that water is really good for your brain because it helps it work, and so I've done an arrow that says helps our brain work. Underneath that in yellow, I've done a little star on the side of the man's face because water helps keep our skin clear. Underneath that, I did a blood droplet, which that signifies blood because water is good for the blood and it helps pass all the nutrients around our body. At the very bottom, I've drawn a knee and I've circled it in purple because water is good for our joints and it helps us move. If we didn't have water in our joints, we would be stiff and wouldn't be able to run, walk, climb, or any fun activities. Underneath that, you can see the man is holding the glass of water in his hand. I've tried to draw a muscle because water is good for our muscles and it helps build them and create them. Can't wait to see your posters and your 2 paragraphs about the importance of water.